Hey, good morning, everyone. I was reading the book of Nehemiah this morning, and I just want to say it's not just any type of book in the Bible. It is a blueprint for obedience and a manual for leadership, and a reminder that God still moves through yielded servants to this day. Y'all, Nehemiah didn't rush. He didn't react emotionally like I myself do at times. He didn't move within his flesh. When Nehemiah heard that the walls of Jerusalem, where his parents were from, had been broken and the gates burned down, his first response wasn't action. Like, hold up, I'm about to turn up. Who did this? He simply mourned. Scripture says he sat down and wept. He fasted. He prayed. He cried out morning after morning for his people. He carried the burden of God's heart before ever carrying the bricks in his hands. He didn't just go react. God, this is so powerful because before God rebuilds anything through us, he rebuilds something within us. Nehemiah understood something many of us miss. Vision must be bathed in prayer. Purpose must be shaped by patience, and faith must wait for God's wisdom. Nehemiah didn't just pray once, he prayed consistently. He confessed his sin, he honored God's covenant, and he reminded himself of who God was. He didn't ask for strategy first. He sought alignment first. And then God opened a door for him. Y'all, Nehemiah was positioned as a cupbearer to the king. He was a wine connoisseur, just picking the best wines for the king. That wasn't accidental. God had placed him close to authority for a time such as this, just like he did Esther. When the king noticed Nehemiah's sadness, Nehemiah didn't panic. He prayed silently, and then he spoke boldly. I just want y'all to know, boldness is not meant for recklessness. Boldness comes after prayer. Nehemiah didn't go into that conversation blindly. He had a conversation with the Lord first. He had already taken every request and was like, Lord, guide my words. Give me wisdom, give me clarity, give me humility. He honored the king, but he also trusted God first and foremost. And in Nehemiah chapter 2, verse 8, we see that a miracle had been performed. God used the king and even the queen sitting beside him to release provision to help his people in Jerusalem. Timber, materials, authority, letters, protection, all of that. What man could have blocked, God opened a door. What seemed impossible, God made provision for. Nehemiah didn't take credit ever. He said plainly, the gracious hand of my God was upon me. So fast forward, Nehemiah arrives in Jerusalem, and what does he do? He moves in silence because God had already given him a word, given him confirmation. He doesn't need to announce his plans to anyone. He doesn't need to boast and brag like, God told me this, and Y'all, he sought the Lord, gathered the information he needed to gather, and he moved in silence. Nehemiah knew not everyone needs to know what God tells you. I mean, look what happened with Joseph. Even when mocked, even when ridiculed, even when opposed, Nehemiah didn't lose his posture. He didn't operate in pride. He didn't boast in his success. He showed up as a servant on assignment. Got to get this done for my people. And all glory and honor went to the Lord at the end of the day. All strength came from the Lord. All wisdom flowed from the Lord. Nehemiah teaches us that we got to wait on God before we move. We got to pray before we speak. We got to fast when the burden is heavy. And we got to walk humbly when the door opens. Give God the glory when provision comes through, because it's going to come through. God's going to make a way for you, just like he made a way for me, just like he made a way for Nehemiah and his people. So whatever season you're in, continue fasting, continue praying for clarity, and just know that you are positioned near an opportunity, or others will be positioned near you to help you. And the same God that guided Nehemiah is going to guide you and make a way for you out of no way. So I need you to stay faithful, stay prayerful, stay humble. And remember, you're not late. You're not overlooked. You're simply on assignment. And when God says move, you need to move with faith, with patience, with wisdom, with courage, because the gracious hand of the Lord is going to be upon you. Y'all, I pray this message helps someone. I pray it uplifted you. And I just pray you all have a beautiful, blessed day. Y'all